DOL. Pahayag ito ng palasyo isang linggo bago ang plebisito sa ilang bahagi ng Mindanao kung raratipikahan o hindi ang BOL. Ayon kay Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo, tiyak na susunod ang Pangulo anuman ang nais ng publiko na sakop ng naturang batas. Kung sa tingin niya ng Pangulo na samantala, kumpiyansa ang Malacanang na mababago pa ang pananaw ng mga Filipino na mapagkakatiwalaan din balang araw ang China. Pahayag ito ng palasyo sa panibagong survey ng Pulse Asia na ang Amerika pa rin ang pinagkakatiwalaan ng mga Filipino kaysa sa China at Russia. Ayon kay Presidential Spokesman Salvador Panelo, naiintindihan nito ng palasyo dahil ngayon pa lamang nagkakaroon ng magandang relasyon ng dalawang bansa. Kapag nakitaan niya ng mga Filipino kung paano irespeto ng China ang mga agreement o kasunduan ng dalawang bansa, maaaring mabago ang pananaw ng mga ito. At yan ang mga balita para sa oras na ito. Magbabalik ang Eagle News Update mamayang alas 11. Mula sa Eagle News Service, ako si Phoebe Publico and I'm 1 with 25.
We live in interesting times. Today's stories. Netanyahu confirms Israeli strike on Iranian target in Damascus.
סוריה, ובמסגרת זאת צה"ל תקף.
Death toll rises to 4 in a Paris explosion.
Le parquet de Paris, malheureusement, voilà, c'est assez triste.
Pompeo says Saudi must hold Khashoggi killers accountable.
The Crown Prince and the Saudis about ensuring that the accountability is full and complete.
Obama protege Julian Castro joins the 2020 presidential race.
And the opportunities that made America the America that we love.
Miami International Airport closest terminal checkpoint due to government shutdown.
I want to get it resolved. It needs to get resolved.
Yeah.
Just for all those federal employees that are not getting paid.
Plus, Iglesia ni Cristo members pick up litter at National Mall amid government shutdown. Hello everyone, I'm Ace Ramirez, bringing you stories from around the globe. And this is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Sunday that Israel had at the weekend carried out an airstrike on Iranian weapons in Syria, a rare public confirmation of such attacks.
פעלנו בהצלחה מרשימה לבלום את ההתבססות הצבאית של איראן בסוריה, ובמסגרת זאת צה"ל תקף מאות פעמים מטרות של איראן וחיזבאללה. רק ב-36 השעות האחרונות חיל האוויר תקף מחסנים של איראן עם נשק איראני בשדה התעופה הבינלאומי בדמשק. צבר התקיפות האחרונות מוכיח שאנו נחושים יותר מתמיד לפעול נגד איראן בסוריה בדיוק כפי שהבטחנו. בלילה חיל האוויר תקף גם בגזרה הדרומית נגד מטרות חמאס בעזה. והבוקר הודענו על חשיפת מנהרה נוספת, מנהרה מרכזית ואולי החשובה שבהן, שחצתה את הגבול לשטחנו.
Israel has pledged to prevent its main enemy, Iran, from entrenching itself militarily in Syria, where it is backing President Bashar al-Assad's regime alongside Russia and Hezbollah. It rarely publicly confirms such strikes, though outgoing military chief of staff Gadi Eisenkot has spoken of them in interviews in recent days. Eisenkot told the New York Times that, and I quote, "We struck thousands of targets without claiming responsibility or asking for credit. Netanyahu is also facing April 9 elections in Israel and has been seeking to burnish his security credentials. The strike Netanyahu was referring to occurred on Friday night. Syrian state news agency Sana cited a military source saying on Friday night that Syrian air defenses had shot down Israeli missiles, but a warehouse had been hit. The source said most of the missiles fired by Israeli military planes were intercepted at around 11 p.m. Sana cited the military sources saying only a Ministry of Transport warehouse at Damascus International Airport was hit. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, War Monitor, said 2 areas hosting military positions of Iranian forces and the Lebanese Hezbollah movement have been targeted. They were near the airport and around the Kisweh area south of Damascus, said the Britain-based observatory.
Investigators said Sunday the death toll from a gas explosion in central Paris has risen to 4 after rescue workers found a woman's body in the rubble. 2 firefighters and a Spanish tourist were also killed in the massive blast that gutted part of a building, injured dozens more people, and badly damaged nearby apartments.
Rescue workers with sniffer dogs had earlier been searching for a missing woman who lived above the point of Saturday's explosion and who was believed to be in the rubble. A source close to the investigation said it was still to be confirmed if the body was of the missing woman.
Nous avons découvert une femme décédée sous les décombres, comme l'a confirmé le parquet de Paris. Malheureusement, voilà, c'est assez triste. Après tous les efforts des sapeurs-pompiers de Paris liés à sa recherche, voilà, elle a succombé à ses blessures. Ce qui porte maintenant le bilan provisoire à 4 personnes décédées, dont 2 sapeurs-pompiers, 9 personnes dans un état grave, dont 1 sapeur-pompier, et 45 personnes blessées légers, dont 6 sapeurs-pompiers, essentiellement dus à des troubles auditifs liés certainement au souffle et aussi quelques petits soucis psychologiques.
Around 50 people were injured in the explosion and around 150 were evacuated from the area and housed in temporary accommodation because of damage to nearby buildings. A fire service spokesman said the building hit by the blast needed to be reinforced as clearing operations in the area could continue for about a week. The Paris 9th district is home to restaurants and tourist attractions, including the Musée Gravin, Wax Museum, and the popular Rue de Martyrs.
Coming up, Pompeo says Saudi must hold Khashoggi killers accountable. Obama protege Julian Castro joins the 2020 presidential race. Miami International Airport closes terminal checkpoint due to government shutdown. Eagle News, Washington, D.C. will be right back.
Hello everyone! I'm here in Cairo, Egypt at the famous pyramids of Giza. Stay tuned to watch Digital Nest every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Reporting from EBC Egypt Bureau, I'm Zara Angeles Valdez, and I am 1 with 25.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave some love by giving it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe here at EBC Digital Nest so you don't miss any of our upcoming features.
Eagle News teams are fair.
Sa impeachment complaint laban kay Supreme Court Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno, ang ilang
Ang
maestrado
rekomendasyon na makasuhan ang mga sangkot kasama na ang mga opisyal ng customs.
Hardworking.
Papaunlad ng isang bata na magiging isang future youth leaders.
Dedicated.
Sa nasawi ay dito natagpuan yung bangkay.
Ito yung kanilang paraan ng pag-aalaga ng mga may sakit na leprosy noong unang panahon.
Committed to public service.
ang chairmanship ng ASEAN sa bansang Singapore.
Marami yung mga biktima ng mga nawawala.
Mambahan ng Bureau of Customs na nasa merkado na yung mga pinaking produkto.
Sa kapila ng mga kilos protesta, nananatiling
dahil sa
payapa.
mabilis na pagresponde ng mga pamatay sunog, ang apoy mabilis na
nagkaroon ng equal opportunity ang ibang mga kababaihan.
Ng mga kabataan at ipinakita sa pamagitan ng kanilang mga likha.
Nanatiling kulang pa rin ang tubig para sa irigasyon, para sa pagtatanim ng ating mga kababayang magsasaka.
As we live in interesting times.
News, Linggo, alas 4 hanggang alas 5 ng hapon.
Welcome back. You're watching Eagle News, Washington, D.C. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Sunday that he would ask Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to ensure the murderers of journalist Jamal Khashoggi are held accountable. His comments come ahead of a planned visit to the kingdom later on Sunday as part of a Middle East tour.
We will continue to have a conversation with the Crown Prince and the Saudis about ensuring that the accountability is full and complete with respect to the unacceptable murder of Jamal Khashoggi. So we'll continue to talk about that and make sure we have all the facts so that they are held accountable, certainly by the Saudis, but by the United States as well.
Julian Castro, the telegenic former mayor of San Antonio, Texas, and an Obama-era cabinet member, launched his bid Saturday to become the nation's first Hispanic president, emphasizing a message of hope and diversity at a time when Americans are locked in angry debate over immigration and border security.
Cuando mi abuela llegó aquí hace ya casi 100 años, estoy seguro que nunca se imaginó que solo 2 generaciones después, uno de sus nietos formaría parte del Congreso de los Estados Unidos y que el otro estaría ante ustedes hoy diciendo las siguientes palabras: yo soy candidato para presidente de los Estados Unidos.
Often called a rising star in the Democratic Party, Castro, who was Obama's Secretary of Housing and the youngest member of that cabinet, is expected to be part of a huge and diverse field of candidates eager to challenge President Donald Trump. At a time when the federal government has been partly shut down as Trump demands funds to build a wall on the Mexican border, Castro sounded a contrasting message. He said San Antonio, a city that is nearly 2/3 Hispanic, represents America's future, diverse, fast-growing, and optimistic. He said, and I quote, "We say no to building a wall and say yes to building community," he said to roars from the crowd. Urging his supporters to look around the blue-collar neighborhood where he grew up, Castro said, and I quote, "There are no front-runners that are born here, but with big dreams and hard work, anything is possible in this country."
Today, we're falling backwards instead of moving forward. And the opportunities that made America the America that we love, those opportunities are reaching fewer and fewer people. Now, to be the healthiest nation, we need a better healthcare system in this country. Not a healthcare system that bends to the will of big pharma or the big insurers, but a healthcare system that's built for the people who actually need healthcare. There is a crisis today. It's a crisis of leadership. Donald Trump has failed to uphold the values of our great nation. As president, my first executive order will recommit the United States to the Paris Climate Accord. We're going to say no to subsidizing big oil and say yes to passing a Green New Deal.
For the land of the free.
The international airport in Miami has been forced to shut down one of its terminals early for 3 days due to a shortage of security agents sparked by the partial U.S. government shutdown now entering its 4th week.
Airport spokesman Greg Chin said, and I quote, "Flights that were previously scheduled to depart from Concourse G Saturday, Sunday, and Monday were relocated either to Concourse F or Concourse H. At issue is a lack of agents from the U.S. Transportation Security Administration who are seen as essential federal workers and hence are still on the job, but without pay until the shutdown ends. Agents are reportedly staging sick outs, calling in sick in a silent protest because of their situation. According to the Miami Herald, absenteeism among the Miami airport agents has more than doubled since the shutdown began. Democratic Congressman Benny Thompson, the new chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, told the TSA chief in a letter this week that it was only reasonable to expect officer call-outs and resignations to increase the longer the shutdown lasts. Thompson said, and I quote, "No employee can be expected to work indefinitely without pay." With the shutdown dragging into its 4th week, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association has reportedly filed a lawsuit against the administration of U.S. President Donald Trump, alleging that members have been unlawfully deprived of their wages. There's no sign of a compromise to end the shutdown so far. Trump is insisting on funding for a wall on the border with Mexico, but opposition Democrats are not budging.
I am actually supposed to be checking into this terminal right now for my connecting flight. It's a little concerning that there's nothing going on. I'm just about to find out what my next step is. I don't want to miss my flight.
I want to get it resolved. It needs to get resolved.
Yeah.
Just for all those federal employees that are not getting paid, very unfortunate for them. I know they will get it back, but for the time being, it's got to be very troubling for them, and it's troubling for all of us that are going on flights and the issues that we're encountering.
When we come back, amid government shutdown, Iglesia ni Cristo members pick up litter at the National Mall. Eagle News, Washington, D.C. will return shortly.
I am here at Gastown, which is a National Historic Site in Vancouver, British Columbia. Located in Vancouver's oldest neighborhood is the steam-powered clock, which is Gastown's most famous landmark. Make sure to tune in to Digital Nest every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. I am Lou Aquino, EBC correspondent, and I am 1 with 25.
Events happen around us all the time, in our community, in our country, around the world. Events that affect people, move communities, or simply inspire us. Interesting events that people need to know. In these interesting times, we continue to be a competent partner in delivering news about these events. Fast, accurate, balanced. Eagle News, because we live in interesting times.
This is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. I'm Ace Ramirez. Iglesia ni Cristo members and other community volunteers head to the National Mall Saturday to pick up litter as national park services are unavailable due to the government shutdown. Eliza Gonzalez Manglikmot reports.
On its third week now and tying with the longest in U.S. history, the U.S. government shutdown has furloughed about 800,000 federal employees. 9 departments, or about a quarter of the government, is closed. This includes the NPS, or the National Park Service, who takes care of all national parks. The temperature hovers around the freezing mark today, but a group of community volunteers are braving the cold and giving their share to help clean the surroundings. Joining Eagle News today is a minister of the Church of Christ, Brother Matthew Capistrano. Hello, Brother Matthew.
Hello, good morning.
Brother Matthew, what is going on here today with your group?
Today we are here to represent the Church of Christ, or the Iglesia ni Cristo, and we are here to do our part to fulfill our values as members of the Iglesia ni Cristo, which is to continue to be of service to our fellow men. And today we have our community service. We decided to come out and to help clean the National Mall. Well, just like what's taught in the Holy Scriptures, that's what we hold on to. Our values are based on scriptures and the words of our Almighty God. We will continue our volunteer service, and we're guided by our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. And through his leadership, we're always being reminded that we always take the opportunity to do what is good. And today, we're taking advantage of the opportunity, especially now, to keep the environment clean. We know that there are many people who are furloughed right now, and it would affect the environment, so we're here to help out in any possible way.
Whether this government crisis will soon end or last for months is unclear. What is clear today, though, is that members of the community, like that of the Church of Christ, are doing what they can in this time of uncertainty. Reporting from the National Mall here in Washington, D.C., I am Eliza Gonzalez Manglikmot, 1 with 25.
The partial U.S. government shutdown has entered its 4th week and is now the longest in U.S. history. That is today's Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Join us tomorrow for stories that matter to you. Visit our websites at Eaglenews.PH and EagleNewsLive.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/EagleNewsPH. Thank you for watching. I'm Ace Ramirez. I'm 1 with 25.